All right, welcome back. You're still tuned in to The Beam with our guest, Honorable Gideon Nonso and Honorable Muslim Arua. And we're exploring the role of innovation in building a resilient digital economy. I mean, just not just in Taraba State. It goes even beyond Taraba State to Nigeria, because I think many other states can also pick a or two from what we're discussing today. Commissioners, let's come back again. We were saying something about, I want to start off from where you stopped as regards to universities. So how is this playing out in the higher institution in Taraba when it comes to, solving the needs of the society?
Thank you very much. You see, as I told you earlier, university, they were made or were designed to solve the problem of the community. So in Taraba State, what we are doing from the Ministry for Science and Technology, you see, we usually collaborate with these institutions, to identify important project or research work so that we will improve that project and commercialize it.
All right.
So now, how are we going to commercialize or improve this project? We have to come with a platform. We have to bring a platform that this technology will be transferred so that later we'll modify it, incubate it, and make it marketable.
That's cool.
So this is what we are planning now. And then the Executive Governor of Taraba State, His Excellency Dr. Abu Kep, as our boss, has already made a plan to establish a technology village. And then this technology village, every single project that is important to our state and the nation at large will be transferred there.
All right.
So that we'll improve them. And then from there, Taraba State will become a manufacturing state. Will become, a producer of, technology infrastructure, in the state and the country at large.
Thank you very much. Okay, so recently you did something on blockchain with Algorand, if I'm not mistaken. Please take us through that. What role, blockchain technologies is going to play, in enhancing the digital policy, I mean, even the digital democracy that wants to be played out there in Taraba, that has to play out rather in Taraba State.
Yeah, so like you've rightly mentioned, just last week, rounded up our blockchain development training with Algorand Foundation in Taraba State, where a number of our youths were trained on the latest blockchain technology out there. Now, you're asking about how blockchain technology will enhance efficiency in governance and the rest. You see, blockchain technology is a new, I would like to use the word sheriff in town. If you are in terms of governance, if you want to achieve transparency, accountability, and whatsoever, blockchain technology is the way. It has no limits. There are so many instruments that you can use in order to achieve efficiency in governance using blockchain technology. For instance, we have what we call identity management system. Blockchain technology, in the first place, blockchain is a decentralized system that allows for data to be shared among all the participants. Do you understand? Such a way that in governance, for instance, when it comes to election, we don't allow just the electoral umpire to tell us what is happening during the election or manage the entire data. It allows for corruption, it allows for manipulation. But blockchain comes to disrupt that system to allow both the electoral umpire and then also the voters to be able to have access to these data, monitor it. I'm sure viewers would have followed what channels has been doing to monitor elections. So blockchain technology has come to disrupt that stiff system that we used to have in governance that doesn't permit transparency. But in this case, now allowing both the government and even the citizens to be able to have shared data so that to encourage transparency and even good governance in the system. So we brought in Algorand, in partnership with Algorand, to train some of our youths on blockchain. We have it in blockchain, can be deployed in agriculture, security, even fintech, whatsoever that you can think of, blockchain technology can be deployed. Our youths were trained on that, and then by the grace of God, they performed very well. And few of them are already being called up for jobs remotely to work, So that is our target, to ensure that we expose our youths to this technology so that they can show the skills they have, they can show the qualities they have, and also to make them employable. And that is the platform that we provided, and we are happy that we saw them excelling in it. So taking it further as government, we are trying to encourage the adoption of blockchain technology in all the MDS in the states, starting from the agriculture, like we've mentioned, the education. As you may know that Taraba State is operating a free education system from the basic and secondary school level. And what that entails is that we have to work with data, because you can't achieve that without accurate data.
Now, it's good that you have come to data. I want to quickly take your head into that. Now that you have come to data, cybersecurity becomes a problem. How does this also merge into the blockchain process?
So I would like to see cybersecurity as an evil that works hand in hand with innovation and digital technology, because in as much as you want to grow within the digital ecosystem, you also have to be wary of the threats, the cybersecurity threat that comes with it. So for us as a ministry, we are not even focused, because we are still coming up, we are not focused on how to protect only the government, but even including the private citizens. You know, most times our citizens are attacked and then duped unnecessarily online because of these cyber thefts and whatsoever that you may call them. So what we do is to organize enlightenment campaign to tell them that, look, if you didn't perform any transaction with somebody, don't expect free money. That somebody will call you and say you've won 1 billion naira, that so you've not worked for it, and then give me this number, call Pastor so, call Malam B, whatsoever, to collect. So we enlighten them that if you didn't do any transaction, don't expect free money.
That's the beginning part.
And then if you have your private, like, bank accounts, your social media handles, what you should do is to ensure that you adopt the password authentication system and then password policy, so that you make it so strong that before they attack you, at least you must have been notified, and you take note of that. So we are going on with campaigns, and we are putting machineries in place to ensure that after taking care of enlightening our citizens, even within the government system, we also protect our infrastructures against such threats.
That's good to hear. And I want to quickly, because of our time, I have so many questions to ask you guys. I'm still going to come back to you briefly, but I want to come to you and say, how are you building a synergy? I mean, within your ministry, because it's very tied together. So how are you building that synergy?
Yeah, you see, Ministry for Science and Technology is a technical ministry. And then by law, the science and technology, digital economy, they were separated by the way we are operating, and then the way His Excellency has designed all the ministry. We have to work together, to achieve a common goal. This is our target. If you look at me and him, we are targeting something. That thing that we are targeting is to make sure that His Excellency and the people of Taraba State make proud of us. So without synergy, issue of ICT, issue of technology, digital economy in Taraba State will never be achieved. That is the truth of the matter. So we want to see result, and then we want to make people of our state proud. That's why we come together to achieve a common goal. Beautiful. And then initially, Ministry for Digital Economy and Innovation, was extracted from the Ministry of Science and Technology. So like we are twins.
It's almost like we
can't be separated. We are just being separated by law. But the way we are operating, we are together. That's beautiful. So that is it. And also I want to say something. These two ministries that you see, they are technical ministry. They will never operate smoothly without a policy document. So now Taraba State now will become the first state to domesticate the national policy. So this national policy, in a layman language, when we say policy, it's just a direction where you people are heading to. And then it have a backing by law. So any person or any investor that will come to Taraba and invest in science and technology or digital economy, when there is policy, he will come with confidence that I'm coming here to invest, because the security of my property that I'm investing there is guaranteed.
All right, thank you very much. Let me come to you. My time is very limited here. You just met with the minister, the Honorable Bosweti Jani, right? The minister, Honorable Minister Bosweti Jani. I wanted to speak quickly to what was his plan as regards, not just Nigeria. I'm talking about focus, because I know he has something focused on Taraba. And then you speak to just one challenge that needs to be, broken in Taraba for ICT and science to prevail.
Yeah, firstly, I would like to commend the Honorable Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy. That guy is doing fantastic. We met with him some few weeks ago, and then we tabled our needs before him, and he was able to allocate series of programs, one of which is the holiday boot camp that we just did with our secondary school students. You saw the wonderful ideas that they came up with. You saw what they were able to do. So going forward, we want to encourage. The challenge has always been the gap between the federal and the subnational.
right.
But here is a minister that has opened that barrier, has broken that barrier, and given. So we encourage other ministers at the national level to also look at the subnationals as one entity that we are supposed to collaborate in order to achieve the entire goal for the purpose of the nation.
All right. I wish we could continue this conversation, but I must say thank you for coming on the program today.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right. Thank you, friends. That brings us, to the end of today's episode of our program. And it is clear that the paths to sustainability when it comes to, innovation must be built with resilience. So like I would always say, we must continue to be curious, be ready, be engaged, and do not forget that you must continue to innovate. God bless Nigeria.